Hello, future and fellow weirdos of the flock. Welcome. Did you take your medicine? Basketball guy and fish cake. They're like, hey, the medicine, take it. No seizures. Have a good time. Yep. And then, come on in. Stop right there. There. And grab you some. Keep other people alive. Juice. And then leave your shoes on as you come in. I rolled a joint. I don't know. I rolled a joint. You can't ever see them. There it is, kind of. And we're going to smoke that. Right? And then yesterday we left off. So this guy and this girl, who's his concubine, his wife, his handmaid, supposedly. Okay? And she's traveling with him, and they come to this town. And he's just sitting there, and the people are like, I don't know. And then this old man came up and was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I need a place to sleep. I got enough shit. Like, do you see this 5 donkeys full of shit? I don't need nothing. I just need a place to sleep. Uh-oh. Somebody's doing something. Uh-oh. What happened, baby? Maybe I don't want to know. Okay. So anyway, the old man's like, come stay at my house. We have a good time. So he goes and stays at the old man's house. But this tribe of Benjamin, which is a tribe that he's in, I forgot to say, he's in a town where the tribe of Benjamin is. Okay? And the tribe of Benjamin, they worship the other god, the devil god. And they came to this old man's house and was like, we want the man meat. And the guy's like, no, you can't have the man meat. You can have the lady meat. I got daughter. And he's got concubine, wife, handmaid. It's only one girl, but she's 3 things. Very, very, she multitasks. And then the dudes are like, no, we want the man meat. And the man came out like, you couldn't handle my meat. Take the woman. And they're like, no, we want the man meat. And the man's like, you can't handle my man meat. Take the woman. Oh, do you need me to press pause? Hold on. So he ends up saying, no man meat for you. Have girl. And they're like, okay, we have girl. Watch what we do. And they do the bad thing with this woman until she's about to die. And then they finally let her go in the morning time. And she makes it to the doorstep and then collapses. And then the guy comes out of the house like, come on, we're going. He just thinks she's laying there for some reason, but she doesn't say nothing. So he's like, these motherfuckers, they kill my concubine, wife / handmaid. Okay. So he picks her up and takes her home. And then he cuts her up into 12 pieces and sends her to not random tribes. He sends a piece of her to every tribe. And then every tribe is like, what the fuck? what the fuck? So that's where we left off. So press like and subscribe if you want to hear what happens next, because it's going to be a good time. So let's find out what happens next. Sorry, got distracted by my cats. It's like an hour later. Oops. So we are on chapter 20. Oh, and by the way, get a refill because I know that took for fucking ever. So go ahead and get a refill. If you make the last cup, you make a new pot. I already made a new pot, so if it all gets drank right now, it is your responsibility to make a new cup. Okay, so now we're on chapter 20. This happens after the devil god worshippers of the tribe of Benjamin try to get the man meat, but they kill a girl getting the lady meat. They ganged up on this girl like a party at the trap house. Then all the vampires went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man. And they're all like, what? The double extra fuck, dude. From Dan to Beersheba, with the land of Gilead unto the Lord and Mizpah. And the chief of all the people, of all the tribes, everything. So, instead of a king, they have a chief, which might as well be a king. But okay. So, the leader of all the people, they presented themselves. So, the chief of the people and all the tribes, they presented themselves at the church. There was 400,000 footmen that drew the sword. Okay. Now, the vampires of the children of Benjamin heard that the vampires were gone up to Mizpah. Then said the children of Israel, tell us, how was this wickedness? Okay, so they're asking the Levite, the guy that came, the guy with the live-in whore wife and or handmaid. This woman was a multitasker. Okay, so they were like, what the fuck happened, dude? Like, give us the tea. And he said, now it calls him the husband of the woman. And he said, I came here to my people, because I didn't want to go to a stranger's land because I was afraid of this shit happening. So I came to my own people and this shit happened. It's like, what the double extra fuck for real? Like they couldn't tell I was part of these people by my nose? But okay. But these men rose against me and beset the house round about upon me by night and sought to have slain me. Okay, so they wanted to come get the man meat. And I was like, you can't handle my man meat. But they were trying. But I gave them my woman instead. And they killed her. They fucking killed her, dude. Okay, so they killed her, right? They wanted my man meat and to kill me, but instead they got my lady and did the unthinkable. And then she was dead, so I gave her to you. So then they were like, And he's like, behold, you are all vampires. So, what would you like to do? What would you like me to do? What are we going to do? You know, this shit is fucked up, man. Listen, seriously fucked up. I can't. I can't, and they can't, we can't. What are you gonna do? Uh, so everybody got up as one man. So they were like, Autobots unite. Right? So there's a giant Jew robot. And then they were like, we will not go home. We're not going to do anything. We're going to get up. Right? And we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel. 100 of 1,000, 1,000 of 10,000 to fetch victual for the people that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly they have wrought. Okay, so listen, we're gonna go up and get them. We're gonna start small, and then we're gonna go up and get them, dude, because this is gross. Like, no, we're gonna take care of it. Okay. So all the vampires were gathered against the city, knitted together as one man. So they were like, Autobots, unite, or transform. So then they were like one giant Jew robot, like, we're gonna kill all the people. Right? Okay. And the vampires sent men, all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what the fuck, man? So they sent some dudes to talk to the tribe of Benjamin, like, the fuck? Like, seriously, what are you doing? What was the point? Like, you're these bad, these bad. And the tribe of Benjamin was like, so? Like, so? Got, went? No. Right? So then the vampires were like, fuck these guys! Ha! We're going to fight! So then they asked God, so who's gonna go? And God's like, the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah is going first. Okay. Mm, mm, now who's going first? Okay. So, the children of Benjamin that were going to war was 26,700. The 700 weren't Jews. And now, among everybody, there was 700 left-handed men who could sling slingshots really fast. Like, you could be right there and they were like, bam, gotcha, no problem. Okay? And the vampires Okay, so who was going up against him? He said the tribe of Judah. So the vampires rose up early in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went to battle against Benjamin. And the vampires put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah and destroyed down to the ground of the vampires 22,000 men. Okay. And the men of Israel encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. And the vampires went up and wept before the Lord until evening, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, should I go again? And the Lord said, fuck yeah, go fight. Fight these guys out to fight. Have a good fight. Right? And so the vampires came again against Benjamin on day 2, and Benjamin went forth out of Gibeah the second day and destroyed down to the ground the vampires again, this time 18,000 men. They all died. Then the vampires and all the people went up and came to the house of God and wept, sat there before the Lord and fasted until evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And the vampires inquired of the Lord, because the ark was still with them at this time. And why they're not taking it to battle, I don't know. But they still had the ark. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against Benjamin? Or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up tomorrow, because you're going to win. Obviously, you can't win on your own. So, go ahead, because I'm going to go with you, because I want to fight. I want to fight, so I thank you for being very weak like Gil. So, I got to go fight because I like it. I haven't fought in a long time. I want to fight. Okay, I fight. And Israel set liers in wait around Gibeah. And the children and the vampires went up against Benjamin the third day and put themselves in array against Gibeah, as at other times. So they just repeated it. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite the people and do as other times in the highways, which one goes to the church and the other to Gibeah. In the field, about 30 vampires. And Benjamin said, we win, we do a good job. Yeah, we do a good job. But the vampires said, okay, we're going to flee and draw them to the highways, because life is a highway. Fuck yeah, we're going to win, right? And all the men of Israel rose out of their place and put them in array at Baal Tamar. And the liers in wait of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men of all the vampires. The battle was sore, but they knew not the evil that was near them. What does that mean? Look. They are in the Baal city. So maybe like Baal does live there. Alright. We're going to keep reading. And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the vampires destroyed of the Benjamite that day 25,100 men. All these drew the sword. So Benjamin saw they were smitten, for the vampires gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted the liars in wait, which they had set beside Gibeah. And the liars in wait hasted and rushed upon Gibeah, and the liars in wait drew themselves along and smote all the city with the edge of the sword. Okay, I don't exactly know what this means. Like, I'm not exactly sure. Now, there was an appointed sign between the vampires and the liars in wait, that they should make a great flame of smoke rise up out of the city. And when the vampires retired in the battle, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the vampires 30 people. For they said, surely they are smitten down before us like the first time. But when the flame began to arise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended to heaven. And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed, for they saw that the evil was come upon them. See, I'm so confused about that. Are they okay? So wait a minute. When the evil was upon the vampires, that was Baal. Okay, I guess. But here, the sons of Benjamin. Oh, maybe Baal was going to kill them instead. So is that pretty much saying Baal is losing, so he's just going to kill his own people? Okay. We're going to assume. Therefore, they turned their backs before the vampires to the way of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and them which came from the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. Thus, they enclosed the Benjamites round about, and chased them, and rode them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sun rising. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All these were men of valor. And they turned and fled toward the wilderness unto the rock of Ramon. And they gleaned of them in the highways. 5,000 pursued hard after them until Gadon. And they slew 2,000 men of them. So all that fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword. All these were men of valor, but 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness unto the rock of Rimmon, and abode in the rock of Rimmon 4 months. And the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword, as well as the men of every city, as the beasts. So they're calling them beasts now. So we can say with vampire. And all that came to hand, also they set on fire. And all the cities that they came to, they burned with fire. Smoke, she is rising. Okay. We're just going to pause right here. We're going to go a little bit over because we're going to finish a book. We're going to finish this book. Listen, press like and subscribe if you want to hear what happens next. We are going to be right back. We're going to go refill and repack the bowl. We're going to be right back. Okay, time to finish this book. All right. So, now the vampires had sworn in Mizpah, saying, there shall not any of us give his daughter to Benjamin. Now the people came to the house of God and abode there until evening before God, and lifted their voices and wept sore. So, why were they crying? And they said, why is this come to pass in Israel? Okay, so just 1 second. So, the people said to God, O Lord God of Israel. So, that is saying there's gods of other places, right? So, is there a God of America? Was there a God of America? Let's see. I don't know. But why has this come to pass in Israel, that there should be a day one tribe is lacking in Israel? So it's like, what the fuck? Why were these bad guys, and now why is there no tribe? What is happening? And it came to pass tomorrow that the people rose early and built an altar and offered burnt and peace offerings. And the vampires said, who is there among all the tribes that did not come up with the congregation to God? For they had made a great oath concerning him that did not come to Mizpah, saying, he shall surely be put to death. And the vampires repented them for Benjamin, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing we have sworn that we're not going to give anybody a wife? And they said, what one is there of the tribes that did not come to Mizpah? And behold, there came none to the camp from Jabesh Gilead to the assembly. For the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants there. And the congregation sent 12,000 men of Behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there. And the congregation sent 12,000 men of the valiantest and commanded them, saying, Go and kill Jabesh Gilead with the women and the children. So you just kill everybody. Okay. And this is the thing that you shall do. You shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that has lain by a man. And they found among the inhabitants 400 young virgins. And they brought them to the camp to Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. And the whole congregation sent some to speak with Benjamin that were in the rock of Ramomo, and called peaceably to them. And Benjamin came, and they gave them wives which they had saved alive of Jabesh Gilead, and they did not suffice them. And the people repented, because the Lord made a breach in the vampires. Then the elders of the congregation said, How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed of Benjamin? And they said, There must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. Howbeit, we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the vampires have sworn. Then they said, There's a feast to the Lord in Shiloh, in the place that is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goes from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebonah. There they commanded Benjamin, saying, Go, lie in wait in the vineyards, and see and behold if the daughters of Shiloh come to dance in dances. Then come out of the vineyards, and catch every man a wife of the daughters of Shiloh. And then go to Benjamin, and it shall be, when their fathers or brethren come to us to complain, we say to them, Be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war. For you said, Did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took wives. And then they returned to their inheritance, and repaired the cities and dwelt in them. And the vampires departed at that time. They went home. And in those days there was no king. Every man did which was right in his own eyes. That's a way of Yeah, okay. We're just gonna, okay. And that is the end of Judges. And then we are going to Samuel. Okay? We're going to Samuel. Yep. We're going to go to Samuel. The book of Samuel. And remember, there's no king right now. So, okay. So, thank you for watching. I'm getting my life together, I swear. So, thank you for watching. I love you. I am sorry it's so late, but I swear I'm doing a good job. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you. Have the greatest day ever. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Listen. Be good or be good at it. Love you. Bye.